G'day everyone. I've been opening packs of Twilight Masquerade for the Pokemon TCG, and I wanted to keep a record of the cards that I was getting. I thought it would be interesting to do a bit more of an analysis on the types of cards that I was getting and the frequency of each card, and ultimately the value of the collection. So I had a look around and I found the Pokemon TCG.io API, and what that has is card list per set, along with the market prices from TCG Player. So what I did was I wrote a script hitting that Pokemon TCG API for the Twilight Masquerade set. And what it does is it fetches the set list and returns the latest prices from TCG Player, and then taking that data, formatting it, and then writing it to this Google Sheet so I can keep track of each of the cards and the values that are associated with them. So using this button here allows me to hit that API and refresh the data here. So this is the card tracker tab. This is where the function writes the data to, along with some additional columns for me to keep track of how many times a specific card has been collected. I'm also keeping track of which cards I've pulled, which are reverse holos, and using this count along with the market value, we can get the total value of the collection per card, and this is what I'm using to calculate the entire collection value. This is the pack tracker tab. So I've opened up an ETB so far, and what I've done is record each card set number for each pack that I've opened. So we can see here from columns D to M where these are the set numbers for each of the cards. I've also entered in the cost of the pack. This is averaged out. There are 9 packs in an ETB, so I've just divided the price of the ETB by 9 and I got this. This column here, column N, is the new card count. So this is looking at each of the numbers that are in columns D to M, and it's determining if the number has been found in this sheet previously. If it hasn't, the count increases, indicating that's a new card. So we can see with this row here, one of these cards we had seen previously, and if we have a quick look, I believe it's number 120 here. We had already picked it here, so rather than being 10 new cards, it was only 9. As these are being accumulated, this sum is increasing here, so this is the total collection count of unique cards. And we have column O here, which is special card. This is just looking to see if there were any cards with a rarity that is above rare. I'm considering them all sort of special pulls, even though they may not have a high value. Speaking of value, we get the pack value by looking at the card tracker tab for the relevant card number here. So based on the set number, and then we are getting the market value that's being returned from the API. So adding up the value of all the cards, this is how we get our pack value. Comparing that to the cost of the pack is how we get our profit or loss, and adding all of these up is getting our running profit and loss. So to show you how this tab works, I've actually opened up another pack of Twilight Masquerade from a booster box that I've got, which I'll be opening soon. So as I said, to show you how it works, I'll just enter in the pack number. I think roughly the booster box pack is about $5 a pack. It's something that I'll have to look into. I'm just entering the source of booster box. Again, just another dimension that we can track. So as I start to enter these in, if I take these formulas and I just bring them down, we can see 163 is a new pack, so it's started to increment the new card count, and it's picked up the pack value of 9 cents, so it's already starting to calculate all those metrics that we're looking at. So as I start to continue to fill this in, we should start to see the pack value increase, the collection count increase, and all of those different metrics, which is good. Just finish this one off here. There we go. And then, yeah, so we can see already the new card count is quite low compared to the previous packs that we've opened, so we only got 7 in that one. But that's okay, it's the sort of stuff that we want to be tracking. So once we've entered in all this information, we are starting to calculate a few different metrics. So here we're tracking cards based on rarity. We're looking at the total size of the collection and the value of the total collection, and we're also tracking how much is being spent, and in this case how much is being lost by opening all these packs, if we're looking at it from purely a financial perspective. So taking these metrics, what I've done is I've started to put together some visualizations for those, some graphs. So on this side here we have all the collection metrics. So we have our total collection size, which is 100 cards. This is effectively just 10 multiplied by the number of packs that we've opened, assuming they're all standard size booster packs with 10 cards each. We have our unique cards, so these are the actual unique cards that we've collected as part of the set. The baseline number shows that we have 138 unique cards that we haven't collected to complete the set. So if we go back to our card tracker and we scroll right down to the bottom, we'll see that there are 226 cards in the set. So 88 plus 138 is 226. As I mentioned on the metrics tab, we are calculating how many cards we are collecting per based on the rarity. So you can see here that even with just 10 packs that we've opened, we're already over 50% collected for the common, uncommon, and rares. Anything above that is very, very low. This pack results graph is showing those metrics here. So the blue line is the new card count. So that's the number of new cards that we are opening per pack. We can see here we started at 10. The lowest that we've had so far has been 7 new cards in a pack. But as I mentioned, I expect to see this to come down quite rapidly now that we've sort of collected, 50% of the more common cards, and really those special cards, the double rare and above, they are just so hard to find. So I don't expect us to see many of those at all. The lowest we've had so far is 7 unique cards, and that's only with 10 packs in. So as I said, we should start to see that come down quite quickly. The red line is looking at the summation of the unique cards that we're getting. So this is the number of the unique cards that we've collected in the set. And as we can see, especially at the beginning, this is starting to rise very quickly. So this red trend line is a logarithmic trend. So we should be able to see, and we can already start to see that a little bit, we can start to see the rate of diminishing returns. So as we opening more packs, we're going to see less and less unique cards. If we're looking at this data, we've already collected about 35% of the cards in the set with only 10 packs being opened, but 50% of those are those common, uncommon, and rare cards. Over on this side, we're looking at the value metrics. So here we have the average value of any pack that we've opened. This baseline number here is showing the difference between the average cost of a pack and the actual value that we're getting. So average pack value is only $2.30 compared to the average cost of a pack, which is well, before we added that last $5 pack in, that was averaging $8.88. Looking at the collection value, this is showing the value of every single card we've collected, not just the unique cards. And this is showing the total amount of money that has been spent on all of the packs that have been opened. And we're visualizing this, over time. So for each pack we're opening, whether it's a profit or a loss per pack. So here we can see there's only been one pack where we've actually made a little bit of money there, and that was on the pack where we opened the illustration rare Tatsugiri. So even when we opened the pack, if we go back here, it was pack 5, we opened an EX card. I think it was a Screaming Tail EX. So even in that pack there, still made a loss of $7.72. So I think it's going to be quite hard to actually make a profit by opening the cards. So look, from a pure value perspective, it's probably not worth it to open an ETB. The cost per pack is just too high to try and match it, unless you're opening, as I said, unless you're opening a lot of those rarer cards. It's probably from a value perspective, it's probably better to go with something like a booster box, because the price per pack is significantly lower, so it's just going to be easier to make up that profit. And we can see that there when we had the pack that was only worth about $5. The loss that you're accruing there is much less than something, like the $7-8 range. But with all that being said, the act of opening the packs is fun and it's exciting. So there is some value to be had there, not financial, but starting to open packs and filling out the binders, it's a very tactile experience. It's a really good experience when you get to open one of those special cards. And as I said, even with the Screaming Tail EX, even though it's not worth a lot of money, that experience may be worth something to you. It's definitely an exciting feeling when you open one of those cool cards. But yeah, look, with only opening 10 packs, it's not a large data set, so you can't really draw too many conclusions from this. But from what we've seen, if that trend does continue, value wise, it is going to be hard to make a bit of money, and you're probably better off buying the cards that you want for your collection, or if you're trying to complete the set, just buying bulk singles is probably going to be better from a financial perspective. With that being said though, I'm having fun doing this, and if people are finding any value in this sort of analysis, I have another booster box that I want to continue to open, and if there is any interest in this, I'll continue to open up some more and analyze the packs that I'm open. So thank you for watching. If it is interesting to you and you'd like to see more, subscribe to get notified of the next video. Thanks.